Today we are going to learn about one chapter of Science 6th standard. We are going to start the new chapter in this lecture, that is chapter number 7. In this chapter we have to learn about plants. So the name of the chapter is Getting to Know Plants. We know that plants are very important, right? And we get oxygen, various food products and many more things like medicine, shadow, etc. from the plants. So let's discuss about the plants. First we will discuss about the various types of plants. As we can see in our surroundings, there are many types of plants. Say for examples, herbs, shrubs, trees, climbers and creepers. So what are these? What are the characteristics of these plants? Let's discuss. On the basis of different characteristics, the plants are divided in mainly 5 categories. The first is herbs. Herbs have green and tender stem. Means the herbs have soft stem, okay, and it is of green color, right? Then they are very short. Say for example, spinach, fenugreek, etc. And we can also say mint is an example of herbs. Then next is shrubs. They are not tall as trees, they are not short as herbs. They are of the middle height, right? So these shrubs have hard and thick stem, okay, and they develop branches near the base of the stem. We know that in the trees they develop branches at the upper part of the stem, but in shrubs they develop the branches near the base of the stem. Say for example, rose, marigold, mogra, etc. are examples of shrubs. Then next is trees. We know that they are very large and tall trees, right? Asopalav, neem, peepal, gulmohar. These are the various examples of trees, right? So trees are very tall and have hard and thick stem. We cannot break this stem, right? It is very hard and thick, and of course the stem is brown in color, right? So different examples are neem tree, asopalav tree, mango tree, then coconut tree, etc. as we have already discussed. Then next is the creepers. Creepers means what? The stem of these plants are very weak. They cannot stand upright, but they spread on the ground. Okay, so they are known as creepers. Say for example, watermelon. Okay, they cannot stand upright, but they spread on ground. And last one is climbers. Climbers means they climb on the support. Okay, so they take the support and climb up. Okay, say for example, the grapes, money plant, etc. They take the support of nearby thing or object, say for example wall or any other tree, and they climb up, right? So they are known as climbers. Okay, so on the basis of different characteristics, we have 5 types of plants, that is herbs, shrubs, trees, creepers and climbers. Now in the next session, we have to discuss about the various parts of any plant. As we know that any plant contains mainly 6 to 7 parts. That is, if we start from the down, then roots, then stem, then leaves, then flowers, fruits, etc. Right? So, here we have to discuss each of this in detail. First of all, stem. Stem is nothing but the part which keeps the plant upright. So now in the next topic, we have to discuss about the various parts of the plant and of course their function. As we know, the plants are having various parts, like if we start from the down, then roots, then stem, leaves, flowers, fruits, birds, etc. Right? So let's start from the stem. Stem is there to keep the plant upright. The plant is kept upright because of presence of stem. So the another function of stem is to transport water and food to various parts. We know that the water is absorbed by the roots. Then this water is transported to fruit, flower, leaves or any other parts of the plant through the stem. So what is the function of stem? To transport water and food to various parts of the plant. As I told you that water is absorbed by roots and then transported to all the parts. But the food is prepared by, yes, you are right, leaves. Okay, so leaves prepare food and this food is transported to various parts of the plant by stem. Right? So the function of stem is to transport water and food to various parts of the plant. The second is leaf. As we observe the leaf, we can see various parts in the leaf. The part of the leaf by which it is attached to the stem is called petiole. The broad green part of the leaf is called lamina, as you can see in the figure. You can see the lines on the leaf which are known as veins. And obviously a prominent line in the middle of the leaf which you can see is known as midrib. So we have discussed about the various parts of the leaves, that is midrib, vein, petiole and lamina. Now we will discuss about the leaf venation. Leaf venation is nothing but the design made by veins in a leaf. There are two types of venation. If the design is net-like on both the sides of midrib, then it is known as reticulate venation. The other type of venation is parallel venation, in which you can see the veins are running parallel to one another. Leaves having the parallel venation, they are having the fibrous root, and the plants which are having the reticulate venation in the leaves, they have the tap root system. So by seeing the venation type, we can easily say that these plants are having fibrous roots or tap roots. Now let's discuss the function of roots. Roots also do main two functions. One is they anchor the plant with the soil. Anchor means they hold the plant with the soil. The roots of the plant hold the plant tightly with the soil, right? So the function of root is to hold the plant tightly with the soil as well as we discussed earlier, they absorb the water from the soil, right? So roots are having two functions, that is to anchor the plant with the soil as well as to absorb the water from the soil. Now next topic or next part of the plant which we have to discuss is flower. As we all know, flower is the reproductive part of the plant. Seeds are formed inside the flower, right? So first let's see the diagram or the various parts of the flower, and we have already discussed that the function of the flower is to reproduce. So for the reproduction, the flower is useful, right? Now let's see the various parts of the flower. Now next topic is flower. As I told you earlier that flower is the reproductive part of the plant and the function of flower is to reproduce, right? We can see different types and different colors of flower in different plants. Now let's see and discuss about the different parts of the flower. Observe the figure carefully. You can see the green leaf-like structures below any flower. These are known as sepals. These sepals are always green in color. Different flowers has different numbers of sepals. Now we can see the different numbers of petals on the flower, right? So these petals are of different colors. Say for example pink, red, purple, etc. Right? So any flower contains the two main parts, that is green colored leaf-like structure known as sepals and colorful petals. These petals are of different colors and have the different smell. The flower also contains the different parts, okay, that is the male part and the female part. The male part is known as stamen. It consists of two parts, that is the anther and filament. If you observe the flower carefully, then you can easily see the thread-like structure which is known as filament, and on the upper part of this thread-like structure there is a small ball-like structure is there which is known as anther. The anther contains pollen grains which are useful for production of seeds. The another part which is very important in any flower is pistil or carpel, that is a female part. It consists of the ovary, stigma and style. Ovary is nothing but the round structure which is swollen and present in the inner side of the flower. Ovary connects with the pipe-like structure known as style, which ends with the sticky part known as stigma. Right? So any flower contains mainly two parts, that is the male part, that is stamen, and female part which is known as pistil or carpel. The different parts of the flower you can see in the figure. Hope you understand the whole chapter very well. Study well at home. Be safe. Bye-bye. Thank you.
आभार।